What is going on, Packers Nation and NFL fans alike? It is your boy Lucas here with the Big GPG, the Big Go Pack Go channel. And this is gonna be the continuance of the thoughts and opinions. I don't think it's fair to put grades on these draft classes. I do want to finish these so I can get on to more in depth for the Packers because we have a lot to go through for as far as the roster goes. But yeah, today, right now, I'm going to do, as far as this video, we're going over the NFC South. So let's start with the Falcons, who took Drake London the first round, Arnold Ebiketie and Troy Anderson in the second, Desmond Ridder and D'Angelo Malone the third. They didn't have a fourth, but they got Tyler Algier in the fifth. And then in the sixth, they got Justin Schaefer and John Fitzpatrick, a couple of hometown Georgia boys. This right here, I'm going to say, is an interesting class. They could potentially have their number one receiver for how many ever years he can give them. They've also got potential to have a great edge rusher because Arnold Ebiketie is a good physical type of. They were a lot of the talk was that he was more of a physical freak, needed a polish, or maybe the other way around, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, as far as that goes, I mean, he was. Yeah, I mean, he's really more so physical monster, the edge. And then they also did double down on the edge with D'Angelo Malone, who's another developmental guy that they we can't even say that. We don't really know how far along he may be. But they did double down on edge, which is, I think, good for them because they had no edge rushers whatsoever. So the fact that they doubled down, of course, yeah, you can't count on rookies too much, but you know, at this point, you know, you are drafting and hoping that, well, in the second round, you're hoping that you can get some help. In the third round, you're hoping that they might develop within this year, next year, or by the third year at most. You know, it's anything, or probably by the end of their rookie contract, you're hoping that they're actually doing something for the team, at least a rotational backup, a great rotational player. For a third rounder would be good for them. You know, another running back, because I mean, yeah, they haven't had a running back in God knows how long. Hopefully this one works out. If not, you know, there's always next year. Now, one thing I did say that I think I was talking to another friend who was a Falcons fan. I told him that they were gonna pick Desmond Ridder. Now, was it in the third round that I thought they were gonna pick him? No, not at all. I did not think that they were gonna pick him in the third round. I didn't think he was gonna last in the third round. Truthfully, I didn't think he was gonna be a first rounder by any means necessary. Though the surprise could have came, but I mean, we only had Kenny Pickett be a first rounder, so. Either way, though, I mean, it's kind of exciting as far as for the Falcons to think about the fact that they got a winning quarterback. He did win a lot in college, albeit not in the SEC or some super high class college team. But you know, either way, Cincinnati was not a joke. They made the playoffs, got beat, but made the playoffs. So that's not anything to scoff at, you know. So, we'll see how he develops. Troy Anderson is a really interesting linebacker. He's converted from, I believe, quarterback to linebacker, so he should know how play calling goes, and if he can develop himself into, he was a solid tackler. I think his problem is more in the run game rather than or rather in the pass coverage than the run game. He's a solid tackler. He's gonna get around, but he's gotta get quick on the a little faster. I don't know. Truthfully, uh, I've heard so many things here and there from about him, and read up so many things here and there about him. Honestly, at this point, I think with the smarts he has from being able to the smarts he has from coming over from the offense, being able to call the plays in the middle of the defense, and the fact that he's fast. For 243, he's at 442. It's nuts. So, athletic dude. Um, I mean, we'll see if he can bring the smarts, put it all together, and really bring it into the NFL. I mean, this guy could be something good for them in the middle of the line, at linebacker core, or he could not. He could be a flop. You, you never know with these guys. They're draft picks, and you're taking chances anyway. So I'm not gonna put my stones in what people say. Or what I've read. I'm just gonna, my opinion is that it is promising. Super athletic dude. They got two super athletic dudes in the second round, as far as Arnold W. Ketty and Troy Anderson. Athletic, stupid. Either way, yeah, two athletic dudes. You got a great, enormous receiver in Drake London at 6'4", 219, 220, something like that. Big man. Winning quarterback in Desmond Ritter. Double down on the edge with D'Angelo Malone. Got a running back, and there's been some running backs can appear from any round at any moment. I mean, Aaron Jones is a fifth rounder. He's one of my favorite running backs. Of course, Homer. I'm a Homer, yes. Go Pack, go. But Aaron Jones is a fifth rounder, alright? So Tyler Algier could be their Aaron Jones for all we know. Or he couldn't be. That's the point of the draft, ain't it? And then there are two boys at Justin Schaefer and John Fitzpatrick. Justin Schaefer did, I think, suffer an injury, so I think we'll see how that goes. If anything, if I'm not mistaken, I think he went down. That's what gave Georgia the shot to play that other guy who's seen as a first rounder, if I'm not mistaken, Broderick Jones, something like that. I'm trying to remember his name. Either way, Justin Schaefer could be a good developmental guard, and as long as he can stay healthy, I think he'll find himself as a backup, or potentially we'll see where he goes from there. I mean, the Falcons do need help on the line anyway, so we'll see. And then John Fitzpatrick, tight end. I mean, they don't really need a tight end, but we'll see where that goes. Moving on to the Panthers. Now, the Panthers, I can't lie, I actually really liked their draft. I am actually really jealous of their first three picks, in the sense of like how they hit need and value. Truthfully, I mean, they didn't have to move at all to grab one of the best, the top two, period, the top two. Okay, like it was 1A, 1B. Okay, and they got Ike Ekwonu. They got their pick of the litter. That's it. They got their home state guy, and he can play both guard or tackle, which they need both so badly. And then they didn't have a second or a third round picks, boneheaded trades like Sam Darnold, C.J. Henderson. Yeah, but they traded away a pick from the next draft and a fourth round of this draft to trade up in the third round, and they got Matt Corral, who's A lot of people think he was one of the better quarterbacks in the draft class, so they got one of the good ones. As far as the need goes, they needed a quarterback to develop, so good on them. And then in the fourth round, with the fourth round pick they got Brandon Smith. And this linebacker, let me tell you, could be something else. Um, them Penn State linebackers come out being something else all the time. I don't know what it is about them, but they just seem to develop them like a factory. Uh-oh. And here comes the next potential one. I mean, shoot, we'll see. You know. But and then more importantly, I mean, he has Shaq Thompson to learn from. He has, and then I mean, to start there, that's a good start. And then everybody else, I think they still got Jermaine Carter. They just brought in Corey Littleton, who's a great person. He was a really great player. I think the problem with him was that he just did not fit on that Raiders team. Either way. He's got some players to learn from, and he could really do some damage if he carves himself out a role. Amari Barno in the sixth round, and then another sixth round. Cade Mays in the sixth round too, an offensive guard. Amari is an edge rusher. I don't know much about him. I just know he was an athletic guy, undersized but athletic, I believe was the term that they kind of use for him. But you know how they love their athletic freaks either way. And then Cade Mays, I think, an offensive guard, developing an offensive guard, I guess, you know, probably going to leave that door wide open for Icky to stay at left tackle, and then probably they're going to see what they can do around at the guard position. I truly think that's what they're going to do in the end. I think you drafted him in the first round, 6 overall, to be your starting left tackle. You don't draft that high to sit him at guard unless he's Quentin Nelson, but he's not Quentin Nelson. He's not set at guard. He was a tackle or a guard position. They do not have tackle that can save their life. So I believe y'all should put the best. I believe they should put the best talent at tackle, and then make the rest fight out the positions. Put your best 5 out there. But you drafted him 6 overall to be on that left tackle. Be that left tackle. So you got your 2 tackles now. You got Icky and Taylor Moton. All y'all got to do is fix up those 3 in the middle. And Cade Mays could be in the fight for it. For all we know, you know. Kellen Barnes, cornerback in the 7th round. I mean, we'll see how that goes. He's another athletic guy. Barnes, I mean, he ran a 4.23, so he's nothing to scoff at. They love their athletes. What more can you say? As far as the class overall goes, though, they could have some dogs. I see 3, potential 4 dogs out of this one. And I say the potential 4th is Matt Corral, because quarterback is such a hit and miss. But look, linebackers, this type of defense that the Panthers have and everything else, I think they can do something good with them and put them in the right position to succeed. Now, Martin Barneau, he's got Ryan Burns to learn from. He's also got Terry Grossman-Toast to see if YGM messes it up, then he knows what not to do. Besides, he's an athletic freak himself, so he's probably going to lean more on the Brian Burns side, and Brian Burns is no joke. So I think he'll be put in a good position to succeed. Ike Ekwonu, we already know the dude is solid. There's no way he can fail. At worst, he's going to sit at guard, and he could be a great guard to begin with anyways, but he could be the next Quentin Nelson at guard for all I'm talking to BS. But either way, I think he is going to be a tackle. We'll see where that goes. Moving on to the Bucks, though. I'm not really going to talk about the later rounds because I'm not that knowledgeable on them, so I'm not going to guesstimate on what they do. I just know those first four for sure. As far as I saw their name, read their name a lot. The Bucks going with they didn't have a well, they traded back from their first round pick into the second round, and then they grabbed Logan Hall, another defensive lineman, as if they needed more defensive line. Look, they just have a good defense already. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Stop it. All right, and then they got Luke Gadecki at offensive guard at Central Michigan, and I'm so upset about that. I wanted the Packers to grab him. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Good guard, good guard. He played tackle, yeah, but he's better. He's got the size for guard, but he's gonna be good. Solid at worst. Um, Rashad White, another running back out of or Arizona. I don't know why they're driving running backs. They don't need running backs. Running backs they have are serviceable enough for what they do. Tom Brady is throwing that ball 50 million times and hitting over 5,000 yards and going to be in the MVP talks and losing to Aaron Rodgers this season again. All through wide receivers. They don't need those running backs. I don't know why they picked the running backs to begin with. In the fourth round, they got Kadon and then Jake Camarda. So, a tight end, Kadon, often hurt, unfortunately. Good talent, often hurt. But then a punter. Leave it to the Bucks to have drafted a kicker in the second round a few years ago and then a punter in the fourth round. Jeez whiz. Alright, and then the fifth round they grabbed Zion McCollum, a big old cornerback from Sam Houston State. That's a big man. I think he's 161, 162, something like that. Sitting at around 200. Golly. Yeah, I'd be scared to line up against him as wide receivers. That's a man that's going to stick with me if he can really run around. We'll see how he moves, though, but the way he moved was not a joke for a big man like that. Either way, though, keep moving on. Cole Keith, I don't know much about him. I just know tight end out of Minnesota. And Andre Anthony, edge out of LSU. I would imagine Andre Anthony has really good experience because of where LSU was within the past couple of years. As far as talent-wise goes. But overall, this Bucks draft looks like a Bucks draft. They got two good players with their first two picks. They have that questionable pick, but we'll see what they do with him. They got a tight end. They need a tight end, sure. To develop at least, but we'll see where. Because Gronk's gone, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But they got a often injured one to replace the often injured one. That's fine. You know how they like it. Punter, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about their class. The first two picks, I know for sure that they're gonna be something good, and then maybe Zion McCollum might develop into something really special, just because they already got some really good corners, young corners that can probably teach them the ropes and stuff. But we'll see. Truthfully, really, it stumps me. Not gonna lie. That's a class that stumps me. Now the Saints class though, really up and down. Now let's do here. They first round. They traded up. Hate them. Grab Chris Olave, the receiver I wanted the Packers to grab. One of the receivers I wanted the Packers to grab. But Chris Olave, obviously, he's a great talent, and lined up next to Michael Thomas. Jeez. Nah, I don't. That's just not fair. But they don't really have a quarterback throwing it to them, so it'll be fine. They do however have people protecting that said quarterback, because then they grabbed Trevor Penning with their second first round pick, offensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. He's a mean guy. Like, I mean, I saw videos of this man throwing defensive linemen into the ground. I mean, that was kind of like the gripe about him. I mean, it's a nasty streak, yeah, with a little over penalized type of stuff, but I mean, he did his job right. He protected, and yeah, he's over penalized, yeah, but I mean, he didn't give up. The sacks were less than the penalties, which, I mean, of course, yeah, you don't want to give up that many penalties. Let's clean it up, but you can clean those up. You can clean those up. Then you grab Alontae Taylor in the second round. As far as I heard, a lot of people thought he was more like a later round corner, so I don't know what they saw in him. But, you know, they're the scouts, whatever. In the fifth round, they grabbed DeMarco Jackson, undersized linebacker from Appalachian State. But he is good. He's undersized, but he is good. He might get taken advantage of in the passing game, but he's definitely gonna lay the lumber as far as a run game goes. If he can show that he can hang around in the passing game, that he might be a really good rotational player for the Saints. And then Jordan Jackson, defensive tackle out of Air Force. Don't know much about him, just know he's big man. He is one big man. Either way though, yeah, no. Excuse me. Small class for the Saints, just like the Panthers. They had one pick less than the Panthers, really, but they did grab some good talent. I mean, they fortified that offense, which they did lose some talent in the offense. They did lose Armstead, their left tackle, franchise left tackle, and you know they need to develop somebody behind him. So we'll see if Trevor Penning can be that guy. We'll see if Chris Olave can be the guy on the opposite side of Michael Thomas. They've been trying to find a man forever. Alontae Taylor, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's saying he's a reach. I don't know where he really sits, because the dude didn't really put up nothing all that special. But, you know, you don't always have to do something all that special to do something in the league. So we'll see. Now, DeMarco Jackson could be a great rotational player if he can hold his own in the passing game. And then Jordan Jackson, defensive tackle. I mean, if he can carve himself out a role, great. If not, probably a practice squad guy for a little while. Because they do have a very good defense already anyways. So yeah, that'll basically wrap up the NFC South review as far as that goes. This is a little different than the other ones, and the other ones I spent a little more time talking about it. But considering that, in a sense, I don't want to make these too long. Cut it to like that. If y'all like this format a little better, let me know, and just to keep it in mind for future videos, I will be continuing it like this, not going super into depth, but more of just giving the general opinion of it all and all that. Either way though, I appreciate y'all sticking with the video. Like please subscribe if y'all could, if y'all would want to. That would help me out. And share it with your friends, NFL friends, football friends, family, all the Packers fans that if you hear somebody be a Packers fan, let them know, come to this channel. It's gonna be it. Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have a good one. See you on the next video. Peace.